Good evening, this is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well, and there's been another challenge set by Mike from Nitro Speed, and the challenge that he has set is the Mopar Muscle Car Challenge, which, if I remember rightly, it means show your Mopar muscle cars. So that is what I'm going to do. I've got a few 50s Mopars here to show, only a couple, just because over the last sort of month or two I've shown a lot of the Mopars that I have in my collection from other various challenges, so I didn't want to be too samey if I could help it, so I hope that will be acceptable. But anyway, let's get straight into the challenge and let's get underway with a Plymouth Duster from Hot Wheels in the Zamac. This is a very cool little piece. I can't actually remember the last time I showed this one, truthfully honest, but I know Mike likes Plymouth Dusters, so it was a good excuse to dig this one out. But very cool. So it's got some black and red flames, or black with the red highlights, should I say, and then obviously it's got these rather unusual sort of cranberry glass red windows. So very cool piece to start it off. So that is piece number one. And then piece number two is, I believe it's, let me just check, I think it's the 62. Yeah, 1962 Plymouth Savoy from Matchbox, which is a pretty cool casting. One of my favourite Matchbox basic castings they've ever done, really. Excuse me. But this is one I've done a recent wheel swap on and a bit of a detail, which didn't turn out too bad. Gave it some exhaust tips, which I thought turned out pretty good. So that is one cool casting, and that is definitely a muscle car. You can't, you know, some of these back in the day were quite quick cars. So anyway, so that is piece number two. And then we'll show the couple of 50s cars. So anybody that knows my channel knows I'm a big Plymouth Fury fan. Do like the Christine movie, but I also like the 58 Plymouth Fury outside of the Christine film. I think if I could afford to buy any American car, it would definitely be a 58 Fury, or a 59, or even a 60. I like them all, but I thought I'd get out my weathered version, or in the film this was the piece, this was the car that was when Arnie had partially restored it. So you've got polished on one side and polished bonnet, but Auto World did an absolute awesome job with this. I've got about 3 of these different of these Christines from Auto World, and this is definitely my favourite. And obviously this has the, now I think this had a 350 cubic inch dual quad engine in this, because I think the car this was based on was the Sports Fury, which put out about 200 and I can't remember now, I think about 299 horsepower. I think these big old crates were getting up to about 0 to 60 in just over 7 seconds, which back then was quick for such a big car. So in my opinion, this may not be the most traditional muscle car, but I think you can include it. Anyway, so that's one of my favourite Auto World pieces. And then we're going to take a look at one from Matchbox, which is the 59 Dodge Cornet Police. Like I said, I'm just showing a few of these pieces just because I want to try and not show the same stuff too much, because I haven't got the biggest Mopar collection in the world. I've got quite a few. But pretty nicely done. No tampos back and front, but it's still a good looking casting. So that is number 4, and then we're going to go with the majorette Dodge Viper. Just see which Dodge Viper it is. Have a look. It is, does it say Dodge Viper? It just says Dodge Viper. But again, very cool and very nicely done. Obviously got open doors, all that good stuff. But that is a pretty cool piece, and obviously being majorette, usual suspension. So that is pretty cool. And then another one from Hot Wheels, and it is a Barracuda, Plymouth Barracuda. I'm not sure the year on it. Let's have a little look. I think it's 69 Plymouth Barracuda. But it is a very cool piece in this, I think it's Urban Outlaw, can't quite see. Yeah, Urban Outlaw. So very nicely done. This is one in the future. I want to do a, excuse me, in the future I'm going to do a wheel swap and detail on the interior on this in the future at some point when I get around to it. So that is pretty cool too. And then it's the start of the Dodge Challengers. So this is the Dodge Demon, which is pretty cool, again from the Hot Wheels, which is done very, very nicely. And it's got the wides and the skinnies excuse me, on it. So yeah, 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. So very cool, and again you can't get much more muscle car than that. And then we got another one from Matchbox, but this isn't the Demon, this is just the Dodge Challenger SRT. But I do like this primer grey colour, it does look very good. I'm going to have to just take a quick sip of my tea a minute, 2 seconds. That's better, got a bit of a dry throat there. So yeah, so Matchbox did a really good job on this. So very nicely done. All tampered in quite nicely. And then, excuse me, we got another Dodge Challenger SRT, I believe. From, let's have a little check which one it is. Nope, doesn't say, but anyway, it is from Majorette, and I believe it's the Hellcat. And this is an awesome looking piece. I do really like the colour on this, and I actually don't mind the wheels, to be honest. They don't look too bad on this. So, and again, I think this has got opening doors. So very, very cool. So that is the small cars. Now I'm going to just move the camera up slightly and show one of my large scale Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, and I believe this is the wide body version, but it is an awesome looking piece. I think this is from a company called Solido, but just so nicely done. You can even see it's got the discs there. I do believe it says Brembo on the wheels and the calipers, so you can see it on the back a bit better. But it is there. Just such a nice piece. Just very difficult just to show, because the way I've got my camera all set up, it isn't really set up for large scale anymore. But it's such a good looking car. Let's see if we can get the door open. So there is all the interior. Very, very nicely done. Like I said, can't really show it that well on here, but it is a great looking piece. So that is, so just check on the date a minute what year this was. I think it's a 21. Maybe 2. Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye wide body. So I forgot it was a Red Eye. So that is that. So let's put that to one side because it's a big old chicken. Excuse me. And then the last piece is going to be this one I don't get out at all very often either. This is a 1965 Plymouth Belvedere, and I think this is the ROB one. I can't remember now. This was basically same as this is like this. Yeah, this is the car that back in the 60s you drove this to the drag track. It was basically a road legal drag car. Very, very detailed, from a company called Highway 61. I've had this in my collection since about 2007, so it's getting on a bit now. But such a nice piece. As you can see, it's got a little you can see all the lug nuts there. You can see the dust cap and the valves. But this has a little bit. So like I said, this is a road legal drag car basically. It has the rear seat delete, as you can see, and these are very plain Jane cars, very minimal options, because these are basically just cars that you could drive to the drag strip. But very nice, all carpeted, and you've got some labelling there on the doors. And let's take a look under the bonnet, as this has got the 426 cubic inch, and it is the super stock Hemi, I believe. Just trying to get to, so we can get to, there we go, super stock 426. And again, this has got what I believe, I think it's got 2 dual quads on this as well, if I believe. But very nicely done, very detailed. I'm not doing this car justice. The actual intake is actually real. It does actually go right through to there, so it's not just a, it is actually a real simulated intake. And obviously you've got the Pentastar there for the Chrysler logo. And if I remember right, this glove box does pop down, but I don't think I can do it because I haven't got enough nails at the minute. I'll give it a go. But yeah, there it is. Oh, excuse my fingers. Let's see if I can get it to come down. So there's the glove box, and if we're looking through the window, you can see it's even got labelling on the glove box inside it. It's that detailed. But okay, it's a shut now with one finger. There you go. And then a quick look in the boot, which reveals the spare air filter, spare wheel, battery. So that shows that it's a real race car, because it's made room for the battery in the boot rather than take up waste in the front. And if I remember right, this plate does pop down, but I don't think I can do it without my pick tool, but that does actually pop down. There's a little fuel cap behind it. And, there you go. But anyway, oh, that's one more thing to show. There you go, you've got the side dumps. So when you were driving this on the street, you'd use the normal exhaust, and then when you get to the track, you could disengage that and just jump it straight out the sides. So you had open headers, loads of noise and power. But anyway, with that, please check out Nitro Speed, Mike from Nitro Speed's channel. Brilliant channel. Great supporter of all of us. So go and check him out and give him some support. And have a go at the challenge. These challenges are cool to do. And like I said, with that, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.